I think tomorrow you're going to get some snow in our video. We're expecting up to a foot in the next 48 hours or so. So we could be buried quite deep. I was reading a book called Siddhartha's Brain, and Unlocking the Ancient Science of Enlightenment by James Kingsland. And I was struck because in the very first page, he told me that I was mentally ill. And I had to sit and think about that for a moment because, you know, in our culture especially, this idea of mental illness is a big showstopper. Nobody wants to admit they go to therapy. Nobody wants to say that they have any mental issues or whatnot like that. And here this monk is starting off his book by saying that all of us are mentally ill. And I was reading through that first section and I thought, wow, that's very interesting. This is his definition of a mind that's not quite healthy. It says here, Buddhists believe that the mechanism of the human mind is faulty, like a clock running too fast or too slow. No matter how rational or mentally fit we believe ourselves to be, much of our lives is spent obsessing about our social and professional standing, about getting sick or growing old, yearning for this or that and less of that and more of that, chewing over our faults and those of other people. Buddhists believe that our minds create dukkha, the suffering or sense of unsatisfactoriness that is part and parcel of ordinary human existence. The incessant itch of wanting more pleasure and more possessions, trying to hold on to some experiences while frantically trying to push others away. To observe that everybody is mentally ill was the monk's way of summing up this shared psychological predicament. And I thought, what a different way to approach spiritual life. You know, quite often I know in Christianity, they talk about church being a hospital, that Jesus is the physician. And Ramakrishna even makes several allusions to things like that. But you always keep it pictured as metaphor. But here I'm looking at this and thinking about what he's saying and the way that he just so succinctly describes the condition of the normal mind. It really does look like a degree of mental illness, and that we really are not normal, not healthy in our environments and cultures and societies these days, and that is a very real possibility, that we as a group have taken a turn that has left us mentally challenged. So what is the way around it? The way around it we've been talking about in many ways, but the simple things are to practice just gratitude, to spend a certain amount of time each morning going over the things that you're thankful for, spending some time during the day reminding yourself that you have mostly what you need, what you don't need, spending a certain amount of time each day thinking of others and their needs and reaching out to them and trying to build the world that you're in charge of into a better one, into a kinder one, into a friendlier one. Taking time to spend in the scriptures and reading stories about people who have achieved a certain level of insight and a certain level of lovability, lovingness in their character, and trying to implement that in ourselves. Spending some time each day with our friends and family and telling them our appreciation for them, telling them how we feel about them and how important to us they are, and to continue on in this way, and slowly to work toward a balanced mind that's not constantly nagging us for change, that's not constantly nagging us for distraction, for entertainment, a mind that little by little becomes focused on the moment and is able to sit in a certain amount of contentment. But to take this seriously and to treat our practices like our medication and to not miss a dose. Find that healthy mind, find that balance within, so that you can become an asset to everyone that the divine puts in your path.